Good morning. My name is Andrew Hall. You may call me Dr. Kennard. Is this the Disappointed Cat morning show? I think it is. Microphone. Does microphone thinks this is the Disappointed Cat morning show. So if microphone says it's true, then it has to be true. Bill O'Reilly. Oh no. Bill O'Reilly had to go from Fox News. Gropey. He's that gropey uncle that no one wanted to be around except for the fascists at family gatherings. He's doing a tour. Did you know that he's hanging out with Donald J. Trump, another creepy uncle, doesn't know the word no person, and they're doing a tour about American history? It's true. Links are in the description below, everyone. Let's take a look at the first story. Let's take a look here. It's Donald Trump and Bill O'Reilly event reportedly fizzles in Florida. And you know, if you're a right-winger and you're fizzling in Florida, there's not a lot of bubbles in that soda. I don't know. Why did I say that? Let's go to the story. Let's just go right into it. There were so many empty seats at Donald Trump's Florida event on Saturday that organizers had to shut down the upper level of the arena in Sunrise, Florida. The Sun Sentinel reported Trump fans sitting in the nosebleed section of the Florida Live Arena were told they were being upgraded to the lower levels, according to the newspaper. Many tickets remained unsold before the event. Trump appeared with former Fox News personality Bill O'Reilly, who was bounced from the network after accusations of sexual harassment. How can you not fill seats? You're Donald J. Trump. You're supposed to be the biggest, bigliest. I don't know how many ways you could amplify the word bigliest, personality out there, but you can't fill the seats. Trump predictably had nothing pleasant to say about President Joe Biden in his sit down on stage with O'Reilly, but he called Barack Obama sharp and smart. He also admitted that the world leaders he got along with best were tyrants. For whatever reason, I got along great with them, he added. And the thing is, his fans love this, right? His fans love him running his mouth and talking smack. However, once and if Donald Trump gets back into power, then everyone suffers, even the idiots. Oh, especially the idiots. Especially the idiots suffer. Because there's one thing that we know about autocratic forms of government is that they drive the economy into the ground. They drive the economy into the ground. What's Russia's economy the size of? Is Russia's economy the size of Italy? Maybe Italy's economy is actually bigger than Russia. I can't remember off the top of my head, microphone, but it's small. The fizzled event was similar to Trump's rally that flocked in Tulsa, Oklahoma, according to the presidential campaign last year, when a mass of empty seats was the star of the show. I'm not one for puppy dogs and rainbows, hopes and dreams, but if I am hoping for something in 2022 is that the Republicans put out so many radical candidates that they implode in the midterm elections. It's happened before. It's happened before that Republicans have put out radical candidates and people just don't vote for them. Maybe it'll happen again. And if that does happen, that means Donald Trump's star within the Republican Party may falter a bit. Because let's not forget, he is in charge of the Republican Party right now. But if he can't deliver seats in the House and the Senate, he may lose support. So that's my dream for 2022, everybody. Checking out the chat, see how everyone's doing this morning. Let's see. John Hudson, first person here. Your $3 seats have been upgraded. Please step to the VIP seats. Both people. Yes, exactly. Good morning, John Hudson. Simply Secular Day from the West Coast of Canada. Is the natural disaster any less disastery, Dave? Are things under control, manageable out there? Good morning, Tobin Templeman. Good morning, Dee Parks. From the city of churches, that puts a shiver. We should just have like cities of libraries. You know, I'd even take cities of the city of Dave and Buster's if they were like, Dave and Buster's, less toxic than churches. What's up, Big Zebra? Is it a beautiful morning? It's okay. It's a manageable morning for me so far. Hey, theoretically, glad to see that you're here. Microphone makes an early appearance. That's right. Microphone does make an early appearance. 420 Atheist. Good morning or good evening for you, sir, out there in Australia. All right. So did I get to everybody? Big Zebra. Yes, Italy is a small economy. King. Glad to see the king here. So Italy, thank you, Tesla Ranger, always quick with the facts. GDP of Italy is 1.886 trillion per year. Russia, so the Russian economy is smaller than Italy's. Simply Secular Day from the West Coast of Canada says still wet and floody. It's been raining too much here. Wow. Things are still rough in Western Canada. All right, everyone. Did you see the news? I mean, my news. If you looked at the community tab over the weekend of this channel, you'll notice that the secret project, its name officially is Only Sky. So some backstory, if you haven't heard already, is that Patheos Non-Religious, the non-religious channel on Patheos, which currently is the world's largest secular site, is moving. We're moving to our own enclosure, our own. It's a secular site built by secularists for secularists. And that's what Only Sky is going to be. We're doing a soft launch. Is it tomorrow? We're doing a soft launch tomorrow. And the hard for real birth, the super birth, the hard birth is in early January. Will I be supplying links so that in case you want to take a gander over at Only Sky? Certainly. We have people like Hemet Mehta, Jonathan M.S. Pierce, a lot of a lot of people that you've come to know and enjoy from Patheos Non-Religious. They're going to be making the migration to Only Sky. And we have a lot of new talent coming in too. A lot of new talent. A lot of the comedy people who you've come to know and appreciate here on this YouTube channel will be making appearances on Only Sky. So it's pretty exciting. The birth of what is destined to be the world's largest secular site happening very soon. It's pretty exciting. You want to do the halftime tummy? It's early. It's early, but it's Monday. I think we can do the halftime tummy rub show right now. And we're doing this instead of a shitty commercial, because there's no shitty commercials on this channel, or there's no commercials really on the show, at least. We're funded, we, as in Microphone and I, we're funded by you, right, Microphone? All right, let's check out the halftime tummy rub show.
Santa! Yes. Hello, boys. Santa's here.
My ear is backwards.
Yeah.
Santa smells weird.
Huh?
Yeah. It smells like beer. Yeah, you're right.
Oh.
That's Santa.
Hey, hold on. Wait.
Grab him.
Oh, no.
Where's Santa? Hold him down.
The cats really like Santa, everyone. The cats are really into Santa. All right. Yeah, it is a good name. Only Sky for the new site. Pretty excited about it. What's up, Cindy Plaza? Hope you're doing well. You just came in time for the cats. Just came in time for the cats. All right. You want to do? We should do some more news, everyone. We should do some more topics. What's relevant to talk about? What's there? Oh, Texas. Texas banning books. You should go. This is from Vice News. As you can tell, you should go read all 400 books Texas just removed. They are awesome. One of the largest school districts removed 400 books, mostly about race, gender, and sexuality off its shelves just in case they are vulgar. Just in case. You know, before we get into this, it would be nice if police departments or the Catholic Church or Wall Street were monitored under the just in case rule, right? Well, just in case you're going to be shooting black people in the back 7 times, just in case we'll put in some oversight to what's going on in your local police department, just in case priests decide to start fondling boys, just in case we're going to make sure that there's some oversight of the Catholic Church, just in case predatory capitalism is a thing, just in case we're going to keep an eye on what's going on in Wall Street. It would be nice, wouldn't it? But no. The United States of America, Texas Republicans, what they're interested about is the evil that lurks in libraries. Is this the satanic panic in libraries? Maybe it is, everyone. And you know, we're getting close to an election year, even though it's a midterms election, right? It's still an election year. And that just means this kind of insanity is just going to get ramped up, right? It's just going to get ramped up. Into the story. A school district in Texas preemptively removed, I'm not going to try to pronounce the name, the best-selling memoir Between the World and Me, dedicated to his young black son, and 400 additional books about social justice in case they happen to be vulgar. In case they happen to be vulgar. So what's the over-under? What are the chances that the person who is responsible for banning the books has actually read the books or knows anything about the books? It's probably the chances of your average everyday evangelical having read the Bible cover to cover. Very small chance. It's all part of one lawmaker's crackdown on books about race, gender, and sexuality that he claims to protect students from feeling psychological distress because of their race or sex, despite the fact that the books have the exact same goal. Northeast Independent School District in San Antonio identified 414 books in its libraries, which are included in a list of about 850 titles compiled by Texas Representative Matt Krause. The lawmaker chairs the House General Investigating Committee, that sounds pretty Orwellian, and asked the Texas Education Agency in October to report whether schools have any of the listed books on their shelves, where they are located, and who paid for them. Who paid for them? That seems odd. In his letter, Krause also asked schools to flag any other books that might make students feel discomfort, guilt, anguish, or any other form of psychological distress because of their race or sex. What are the chances that Mr. Krause has a laptop full of child porn? Yeah, I'm thinking about Josh Duggar microphone, right? Right? The people who are so interested with what you're doing with your genitalia seem to be doing horrible things with theirs, right? With kids. What are the chances that Mr. Krause's desktop phone is just jam full of child porn? Maybe it's not that low. Maybe it's not. Krause's list is made up of fiction and nonfiction books, many about race, gender, sexuality, and sexual health. Find the full list below. You have to check out the link in the description, everyone. From the Texas Tribune. Other titles include The Handmaid's Tale, the graphic novel, Pulitzer Prize winning The Confessions of Nat Turner, The New Jim Crow, Mass Incarceration in the Age of Colorblindness by Michelle Alexander, and The Cider House Rules, a novel that features a physician protagonist who performs illegal abortions. Several books about Roe versus Wade made the list. Of course they did. Several states, including Missouri, Virginia, and Florida, have been marked by an onslaught of pressure from parents clearly adamant about having their children read less about race, colonialism, sexuality, and reproductive and sexual health. The American Library Association dubbed the concerning trend as the latest dangerous fad sweeping the nation. How many toxic, idiotic fads are running through the United States of America at any one time? I don't know if there's actually any if anyone's counted them all. Their number is legion, right? And have you ever noticed, and this is what I've noticed, is that when I get really agitated, I start quoting the Bible. Like the inner atheist Baptist in me just comes out. I don't know if you are the same way, but that's what happens with me. I'm going to check out the chat and see what you all think. Fun fact, Tesla Ranger. Frank Zappa's Jazz from Hell is the only fully instrumental album to receive an explicit lyrics warning. Job well done, Frank Zappa. Job well done. Words are dangerous. About broke my arm with a single noun. Very nice, John Hudson. Simply Secular Dave says, in case they happen to be vulgar. Well, no, I can't read them. What if they are vulgar, right? Mm-hmm. And that's right, Big Zebra. You have to be careful. Books may contain ideas. Ideas? Oh, I'm going to drink. Did I have something? I had nothing to do with that cat video, no. Though I am going to show a picture at some point of my cat's Christmas stocking that we have hung by the mantle with care. All right. Ideas, exactly. All right. We have another story. Now, this is a positive story. While other states in the union, other municipalities trying to control how many people can vote, they're doing voter suppression. New York City is bucking that trend with this. New York City gives 800,000 non-citizens right to vote in legal elections. The legislation approved by the city council will set up a system for legal residents to vote in municipal elections. Oh my fictitious God. There's so many arguments to allow non-citizens to vote, at the very least in local elections. For an example, are you paying taxes? If you're a green card holder, if you're living in a city, you're paying taxes. Certainly, are you being affected by city services? Are you paying for those city services with your tax dollars? Of course you are. So the question isn't why should they vote? The question is, why shouldn't they be voting? At least that's my libertarian, anarchist, maybe even liberal. I think it's all, when you think about it, like for subjects like decriminalizing prostitution, legalizing drugs, there are so many arguments in favor of these things, of these topics, that the only thing that's left to say we shouldn't be doing these things are just logical fallacies. They're like, well, we've always done them a certain way. We can't change. All right, into the story. New York has become the largest city in the country to allow non-citizens to vote in local elections after the city council on Thursday overwhelmingly approved legislation granting the right to more than 800,000 legal residents. The move places New York City at the forefront of the debate over voting rights, serving as a stark contrast to some states that have moved to add voting restrictions, including explicitly barring non-citizens from voting. The legislation was approved over the objections of Mayor Bill de Blasio, who questioned whether the city council had the power to grant voting rights to non-citizens. Legal experts expect the bill could face a legal challenge. non-citizens would be able to begin to register to vote a year from now. They could begin voting in local elections as of January 9th, 2023, according to the city council. Here's the thing about politics, and this is a theme that we've covered time and time again, is that in terms of the law and politics, it seems that politics trumps the law in many ways. So is it legal for non-citizens to vote in New York City? Well, it turns out that if New York City allows non-citizens to vote, there's a good chance that, and this is circular logic, and I understand that because this is just a bit, is that they are, that it's okay for them to vote. The legislation affects those with green cards or the right to work in the U.S. It does not entitle them to vote in state or federal elections. Councilman Rodriguez, the bill's primary sponsor, said the law would give more people who live in New York City and pay taxes there a say in how the city is run. People who are looking to get elected to office will now have to spend the same time in communities affected by this legislation as they do in upper-class neighborhoods, Mr. Rodriguez said in an interview. Towns in Vermont and Maryland already allow non-citizens to vote in municipal elections. Non-citizens in San Francisco can vote in school board elections, and several municipalities in Illinois, Maine, and Massachusetts are also considering allowing non-citizen voting. In New York, the mayor-elect Eric Adams has said he supports the right of green card holders to vote in local elections and has urged the passage of the legislation, but he too has questioned whether the council has the ability to grant voting rights to non-citizens. A spokesman for Mr. Adams said he would review the legislation when he takes to office. The thing is, you do the thing, you do the right thing, and see if you can get away with it. I know this is surprising for many Democrats and liberals. Not to leftists, because leftists are a little bit more aggressive. Leftists are a little bit more assertive. But if it's the right thing to do it and see if you can get away with it, right? If it's the right thing to do, if you're expanding voting rights, why not? If you can do it, why not? All right, everyone, checking out the chat. Most animated objects won't even bother to vote. I can tell you this right now, microphone will vote. He might vote more than once, too. All right, checking out the chat here. I'm interested in how Germany is going to legalize weed now that the change of government. That's right. Angela Merkel is out. Schultz, the man, the new prime minister's name, I think, is Schultz. Schultz. Let's see. Cat biscuits are disgusting. I've never had cat biscuits. I've never eaten a cat biscuit, but I mean, sure. All right. Did we cover all the stories? Is it almost the end of the show? Yes, it is. We're doing the after party after show, 9:30 on this channel. If you want to be on the panel, link is in the description below. How's that? Is that fun? Are we going to do some more cats? We're going to do some more cats before signing off.
Do you have a little kitty? Is he very, very pretty? Does he scratch up all his toys? Does he make a lot of noise? Is he very, very fluffy like your very favorite stuffy? Do you have a little...
Hey, I'm back. So I'm going to throw down or drop the thank you video, and then I'm going to see you all at 9:30, hopefully on the after party after show. Hey, I guess I didn't take myself off of the screen, and I do that on occasion. All right, 9:30, 5 minutes, a little bit over 5 minutes. I'll see you at 9. Maybe, perhaps. I talk about John Waters. Did I tell you I saw John Waters on Friday night? Very disappointing, by the way. John Waters, the filmmaker, not only was he just came off as an old guy who who was shaking his fist at the clouds. He wasn't as bad as Dave Chappelle, John Waters. But believe it or not, yes, John Waters was swimming in the waters that Dave Chappelle swims in. He had an Asperger's joke, right? He had a joke about Greta Thunberg. He complained about the kids and pronouns. And this is John Waters, right? Icon of the LGBTQ community. And it was actually so bad, I almost walked out, but I was with my girlfriend and I didn't want to ruin it for her. And worst of all, because I don't want to ruin the after party after show, so I'm just going to tell you how shitty this John Waters live show was. I really wanted to walk out after 15 minutes because not only was the content horrible, but it was going to a shitty open mic where the people are just trying to run through their material as fast as possible. And if you've ever been to an open mic, you know that newbies, they'll just, it's a rush for them. They want to fill up their time as quickly as humanly possible and just like they're reciting lines that they've memorized. And that's what John Waters was doing. Now, if the girlfriend was here in the chat, she would also agree with me. But it was just disappointing, I would say. The good thing, John Waters was doing a one-man show over in Boston over the weekend. And he just came off as someone who was, he attacked wokeness. And it's like, when the country is hovering on fascism, right? When the people, when they were fascists storming the Capitol on January 6th, less than a year ago. And the thing that you're going to be attacking are liberals and progressives, The one joke he did about Asperger's was so bad that there was an audible groan in the audience. That's how bad it was. Just so freaking disappointing. John Waters, But there you go. All right, 9:30, everyone. I'll see you in a couple of minutes.